Hello friends, welcome to Maharashtra Music Olympiad Association. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about the Tanpura. The Tanpura or Tambura is an important string instrument in Indian classical music. Classical music sounds incomplete without a Tanpura. It is not possible to play a tune or a song on a tanpura, but by plucking its strings, the singer can create an atmosphere conducive to the rag that he or she wants to perform. You can either make a tanpura stand up vertically or make it lie down horizontally in order to play it. A tanpura doesn't have any frets, instead, it has 4 strings. Starting from the left, the first string is tuned to the swar pa of Madhya Saptak. The second and the third strings, which is also known as joda, are tuned to sa of Madhya Saptak. And the last string, that is the fourth string, is tuned to sa of Mandra Saptak. So these 4 strings keep resonating in their swars continuously one after the other. In case of a rag in which pa is varjit and ma is tivra, the first string is tuned either to ni or to ga. The first 3 strings of the tanpura are made of steel and the last one, that is the fourth one, is made of brass. Some singers also prefer to make the first string of aluminium or copper in order to get a deep, heavy resonance. Also, one can modify the number of strings to 5 or 6 instead of 4. The circumference of the gourd or the tumba of the tanpura is roughly 90 centimeters and the total length of the tanpura is approximately 150 centimeters. The tanpuras used by female performers are comparatively smaller in size. It's difficult to say when the tanpura began to be used, but before the advent of the tanpura, the singers used a single stringed instrument to support them while singing. In the olden times, it was called the ghosha or the ektantri veena, but nowadays it's more commonly known as iktara or ektara. The tanpura is an extremely important member of the veena family. Although today we have the box tanpura or the electronic tanpura, still the importance of the traditional tanpura hasn't diminished one bit. Let us now look at a real tanpura and try to understand its parts.
Sira or Griva. The uppermost part of a tanpura is called Sira, Shir or Griva. This part may also be called the Mukh or Mastak, and the khunti are present on this part of the tanpura. Khunti. A khunti is a wooden peg which has the string of the tanpura wound around it. There are 4 khuntis on the tanpura. One can tighten or loosen the string by turning the khunti. The khunti may be made of ebony, wood of acacia katechu, that is khair, rosewood, or the wood of the walnut tree. Targehen. Towards the khunti, on the length or neck of the tanpura, there are 2 strips made out of stag horn. The first one is called a targehen. This strip has small holes in it through which the strings are passed and then wound around the khunti. Ati or meru. The second strip is called the ati or meru and the strings are made to pass over this strip. Dand. The long neck-like part attached to the tumba is called the dand. This is made of the Spanish cedar wood or rosewood and is kept hollow from the inside. The khuntis are attached on this part of the tanpura. Gulu or gul. The part where the tumba and dand are connected is called the gul or gulu. Ghudach, ghodi or bridge. This part is made of camel bone, stag horn, ebony, khair or rosewood. This is approximately 4 inches long and 2 inches wide. The strings of the tanpura sit on the ghudach and remain steady. Tabli or tabakdi. The wooden front part of the tumba or soundboard is called the tabli in northern India and tabakdi in Maharashtra. The ghudach is situated on this part of the tanpura, and this helps the sound to resonate inside the tumba. Soot, jiva or javari. In between the ghudach and the strings is a small length of thread. By moving this thread forward or backward, you can find a definite point where the sound produced by the tanpura resonates or echoes the most. This in Hindi is called javari khulna. Tumba. The bottom part of the tanpura, which is round and flat on the front side, is called the tumba or tumbi. This part is hollow, thereby helping the sound to echo. Tumba is a fruit of the gourd family and is grown extensively at Pandharpur in Maharashtra. Tumba is also imported from Zanzibar in Africa. The tumba is needed to make instruments like the ektara, sitar and veena. However, in southern India, tumba is made of wood. Manka or moti. The beads through which the strings are passed are called manka. One can fine-tune the strings by moving the manka up or down. They are usually made of bone, glass or plastic. Langot. There is a nail-like part at the bottom of the tumba that is called a langot. This is the part in which the strings are knotted and then pulled straight up to the khuti.